Hi there, I'm Gabriela Milian. I am a hypnotherapist, herbalist, and a relationship coach, and I help people heal their relationship to themselves, specifically women, so that they can create fruitful relationships with their family, with their friends, with their romantic partners, and just with life in general. So I'm here in Lake Atitlan, Guatemala, which is such a beautiful place. You can see the lake right behind me, and it's really foggy right now, but that's actually a volcano right behind me as well, Volcán San Pedro. And this is such a beautiful place for yoga, for meditation. A lot of people come here for yoga and meditation retreats and spiritual work because there's a huge community for it here, and it's a beautiful atmosphere to really just get in touch with nature, to get in touch with yourself. There's a very active and vibrant Mayan community in this area, but the main reason for this video is to help you build your way up to a consistent meditation practice. I have been consistently meditating every day, morning, and sometimes I forget at night, but I've been more consistent with meditating at night as well for the last 2 years, and it has completely transformed my life. If you met me 2 years ago, I was 45 pounds heavier, I was moody, I was irritable, I did not like doing the jobs that I was doing at the time. And I believe that prayer is talking to God and meditation is listening to God. After all, God made us with 2 ears and 1 mouth. So even though I'm gonna be doing a lot of talking today, I do try to make it a practice to listen more than I speak, and everything that I learn and that I absorb, I wanna share with you all here on this channel. So if you like this type of content, please subscribe, because I am going to be uploading weekly videos related to lifestyle, personal development, spirituality, and relationships, because that is what I'm personally trained in and what I've helped other women in particular. A lot of people more recently have come to me asking me, Gabby, how do I start to do a more consistent meditation practice? And the more that I speak to these people, the more I realize that they're going straight to the advanced levels of meditation and not doing those little baby steps to build themselves there. So when I say advanced levels of meditation, I'm talking about sitting in silence, in lotus pose, and just sitting in silence, no music, no distractions, no gongs, nothing, and you connecting to the Creator. Now that is eventually what we want to build up to. But even someone like me who's been practicing meditation very consistently for the last couple of years, I can only get into lotus pose for a significant amount of time after doing a full stretch, after going into the sauna for a little while and really loosening up. And even then, it's still pretty uncomfortable for me. For someone who is just starting, do not put that pressure on yourself to get straight into lotus pose and start meditating like a yogi, because it's not going to be sustainable for you in the long run. So that's why this video is called Building a Practice of Stillness to Build a Consistent Meditation Practice, because a lot of people go straight to meditation, but they can't even practice stillness. So what is stillness? Stillness is just finding time to be still with yourself and to connect with all 5 of your senses. So I'm gonna be giving you guys a couple of examples of different ways to practice stillness so that you can eventually get to meditation, because by practicing stillness, you will actually be able to experience a lot of the benefits that you experience in meditation. That it does give off a lot of meditative effects as well. The point of stillness in meditation is not only to enjoy the present, but so that you can learn to control your thoughts. So that when you're in a situation where you're not meditating, it might be a really stressful situation at work or with your family and loved ones, or you just, God forbid, got into a car accident, something really tragic just happened. When those situations arise, you're going to be able to handle them a lot better and control your thoughts and control how you handle the situation better. A lot of these stillness practices, you'll see that I'm recommending that you use some type of prop, because a prop can sometimes help you be more present. Instead of you just thinking of your mind and using your mind as the instrument that helps you to be more present, you kind of have this outside thing. And for a lot of people just starting out, it could be a lot easier for them. So using these outside elements can really help you to just kind of focus on the present and to clear your mind, or not to clear your mind, but to really calm your mind. The first example that I would give you of stillness is if you have your morning coffee or your morning tea or your morning cacao drink. I had lots of cacao on this trip and I'm bringing some ceremonial cacao back home. Then what I would do is just take that time without distractions, without your phone. Please, we're on our phone all the time. And just take 5 minutes to be with your morning drink and just hold that cup and connect to the 5 senses and slowly connect to it for the next 5 minutes. When you're holding the cup, what does it feel like? Do you feel the warmth? Do you feel the ceramic of the cup that it might be in, or whatever material it might be made out of? Do you smell the aroma? Do you hear the bubbling of the liquid because it's so hot, you just finished pouring it? Really connect to those feelings. And then bring the cup slowly to you. Before drinking it, smell the cacao, smell the coffee, the tea, and just really feel how warm it is against your nose, against your lips. Feel all of those senses being activated in your body. After that, slowly take whatever your drink is and slowly sip it little by little. Taste it. What does it taste like? Is it a little stronger today than most days when you make it? Is it not as strong? Is it very chocolatey this morning? Is it more bitter? Is it more smooth? Is it sweeter if you're someone who likes to add sweetener to your morning drink? Really connect to that taste and just slowly experience all of these things, because I know for me, someone who grew up, born and raised in pretty much the Northeast of the United States, it's very hustle, hustle, go, go, this hustle culture. And what stillness and meditation is going to help you with is just to enjoy the present much more. Do you hear your next pot of tea that you're brewing, the teapot whistling? Just connect to all of the senses and just stay as present. Even start for 5 minutes and then build yourself up to maybe 10, 15, and just connect to that, because by practicing this, you're going to practice enjoying the present more. And that's really what meditation helps you to do. The second example that I want to give you is to take a pot of water and just start to boil it. Maybe you want to use it for some hard-boiled eggs, maybe you want to use it for some tea later, maybe you want to use it for something else, or maybe you just want to use it for this exercise. Turn on the stove. Put it at maybe medium-low heat so that it slowly starts to boil, and just watch the water. Water is extremely healing, purifying, soothing. That's why I think I've loved being here so much, being right on the lake and experiencing Lake Atitlan, because I've been practicing yoga and meditating every single morning while I've been here. And just by looking at the lake, I feel more calm. So if you don't have a body of water right outside of your door, you can practice this same thing by using this pot of water. Just look at the pot of water the entire time while it's heating up, and watch as the water goes from still to slow bubbles to really, really fast bubbles, and just watch it for 5, 10 minutes and just sense how you feel while you're watching the water. Because this practice of stillness is going to get you to not only concentrate on the water, but just by watching the water, you're going to get a lot of the same meditation benefits from this stillness exercise than by just meditating or by just being near a body of water. This is going to help you practice to be very still without any distractions. Another thing I wanted to mention is really try to do these things without music. If you want to use maybe some sound healing frequencies that don't have any words, then if that makes you feel more comfortable, I would say go ahead. But the reason why I want you to do all of these exercises without music is because a lot of times when there's music going on in the background, we don't realize how much the frequency of that music is controlling and altering our energy. So I want you to be able to connect to your body and to connect to your own energy without something kind of interfering with that. And music, as helpful as it can be, even in a meditation practice, I think it is actually more of an interference than it is helpful. Another stillness exercise that I would give you is to just look out the window for 5-10 minutes and try to focus on one thing. Maybe it's raining outside. Maybe there's a street vendor. I used to live in New York City for a while, and you would see street vendors everywhere, whether it was a hot dog stand, peanut stand, someone selling sunglasses or purses, and just watch that street vendor and see what they're doing. See the people they interact with. Just people watch for a little while and just completely focus your attention on this vendor, someone that you see outside. Watch their mannerisms. Watch, are they yelling? Are they, really excited? Are they tired? Are they really slow to attending to their customers? Because what you're going to start to realize is like, oh wow, people are so impacted by their outside environment. And you're going to be able to watch through a bird's eye view this person or these interactions while you're in a state of just complete relaxation and calmness. And just by putting all of your attention and focus on this maybe person, or if it's raining outside, you're going to be able to learn how to focus your mind more. And if you have access to this, of course, my last example that I would give is to watch a fire. Fire is I think a lot of times we look at fires, we think of firefighters, we think of, sadly, maybe even wildfires. I was a TV reporter in Los Angeles for a couple of years, and my colleagues used to joke that I was the wildfire reporter because for whatever reason, while I was living there, a lot of the wildfires were happening or starting in the area that I was covering, because I covered the San Fernando Valley. So if there's any Valley people out there, hey, I miss it. It was beautiful out there, but I don't miss covering wildfires. I have to be real. So a lot of people look at fire as this destructive element. And it can be, but it's also an element that we use to cook our food. It's something that we use to cleanse. A lot of indigenous communities, whether it's the Mayans, the Incas, communities in East Asia, use fire and burning incense or palo santo or sage to clarify and purify the space. And whenever you go to, for example, a Mayan ceremony, you'll even see people burning different types of wood or other types of incense in order to clear your energy space, and they'll kind of burn it around you. I want people to look at fire more as a purifying element, more as an element that can also help you practice stillness. So if you have maybe a fire pit at home, or you have some type of fireplace, or you could even take a candle and just watch the candle burning. It can be extremely soothing and relaxing and calming. And just watch it for about 5 minutes. These are some exercises to help you practice stillness in your life. If you have any other recommendations on how people can practice stillness, maybe I'll make another video about that. But I hope that this is helpful for you, because I don't want you to rush into thinking that you need to be practicing meditation in lotus pose with complete silence for 30 minutes every morning and every night like a yogi nun or a yogi monk. Because if you start off that way without the experience, it's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to be able to keep it going consistently, and you're probably just going to burn out as well. If you thought this was helpful and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and I hope to see you very soon.